Hello, beautiful beings. Welcome to Shakti's Gift. I'm your host, Marigol Era, Ayurvedic wellness coach, creative force, and unschooling mother. For the past 4 years, I've been living my daily life according to Ayurvedic principles. Ayurveda, which means the science of life in Sanskrit, is a traditional system of medicine with roots in ancient India. It emphasizes a holistic approach to health by balancing the body, mind, and soul. It utilizes natural remedy, dietary guidelines, and lifestyle practices to promote well being and prevent illness. I just want to be real clear with you guys. I'm not a doctor and I'm not a psychologist, but I am very passionate about this human experience and I'm all about being as sovereign as possible in our health. In this podcast, we will not only talk about Ayurveda, we will also meet a lot of wonderful people who are driven by the Shakti's gift of creativity, transformational force, and feminine power. So you'll be in contact with a lot of amazing beings who are doing the work, they show up, even if it's freaking hard, and they evolve. Because that's what we do. Our human life is ever changing. It is our nature to birth and bury new ideas and projects and to follow the seasons of our lives. So I invite you to grab yourself something to drink, get yourself comfortable, and let's dive deep into Shakti's gift. Welcome to Shakti's Gift. Today, I'm sharing with you 5 Ayurvedic tips to help you thrive in the beautiful winter season. As feric as winter can be with the snow blanket that covers the earth, it is also a season where it's freaking cold. Sometimes windy, sometimes sluggish, depending on where you live and depending on at what point you are in the season. The beginning of winter is associated with a vata moment since it tends to be more windy. That means that it is cold, dry, and moving with that air element being predominant. When winter is decreasing, it tends to be more sluggish as the snow melts. So it is still cold, but it is more on the wet side of things with the water element being predominant. If you reside in a cold climate, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I wanted to give you 5 tips to help you keep a balance as we're moving through this season. All right, so tip number 1, stay warm. When it's cold, windy, or sluggish outside, staying warm is crucial for maintaining balance in the body. Our body thrives when it's warm inside and out. Staying warm promotes good circulation and it boosts our oja, which means immunity in Sanskrit. So layer it up to make sure to keep your natural body heat. I suggest including warm, nourishing food like soups, stews, and cooked grain in your winter diet. Do you remember what your grandmothers used to cook you when you were a kid in wintertime? Personally, mine would have her famous vegetable soup in the pressure cooker, and she would put alphabet noodle for us kids to create words as we're eating. I know that I love cooking soups in the wintertime. It's my favorite. It reminds me of my grandmother and it brings me a nurturing feeling as I eat it. One thing that Ayurveda always tells us is to avoid cold and raw food for this season. Did you know that the cold weather can also have a drying effect on the mind and the emotion? And it can potentially lead to feelings of anxiety and stress. So that's another reason why staying warm can help maintain emotional balance and mental well being. So put wood in the fireplace, put on some cozy and warm clothes, and enjoy a good meal. Tip number 2, luxurious self care. The winter is a slow paced season. It is the perfect time to put more attention on our self care routine. I'm going to suggest 3 Ayurvedic practices, and I invite you to pick one and try it out. So, the first practice is a body care, which is Abhyanga. The word Abhyanga is derived from the Sanskrit language where Abhi means into or towards and Anga means limb or part of the body. Therefore, the literal translation of Abhyanga means applying oil to the body or massaging the limbs. In the context of Ayurveda, Abhyanga refers specifically to the traditional practice of self massage using warm oil on the entire body. Abhyanga has numerous benefits, including improving your circulation, promoting relaxation, nourishing the skin, calming the nervous system, and it helps to balance the dosha, especially the Vata one. So pick your favorite oil. I personally like to use olive oil, but it depends on your dosha. And you can add some essential oil if you want to in there to just like make your body smell better and just give yourself a very luxurious massage. You'll see the benefit for sure. The second practice is a nose care, which is called a neti pot. The neti pot is a small teapot shaped container used for nasal irrigation. The term neti comes from the Sanskrit word for nasal cleansing. The neti pot is typically made of ceramic or metal. I would suggest not to take the plastic one. And it has like a spout that allows for the controlled flow of the saline solution through one nostril and out the other one. So the purpose of using a neti pot is to flush out mucus, debris, irritant from nasal passages, which tend to be accumulating in that winter season. It will help you to alleviate nasal congestion, improve breathing, and support overall sinus health. So, to do the neti, you put half a teaspoon of salt, non iodized. I usually use Himalayan salt. So, you put that in the neti pot. You fill the pot with a body temperature water. You really don't want it to be too hot or too cold, otherwise you will have a really bad experience with this practice. And then you just simply put the neti in one of your nostril, and as you bend your head in about like 45 degrees over the sink, the water will slide from one nostril to the other, clearing all the toxins that you want out of your body. And then you simply repeat that on the other side, and after that you just can gently blow your nose. I just wanted to add that as you do the neti, you have to breathe through your mouth, of course, but I just thought that I mentioned it because sometimes we can get confused around those things. The third self care practice is a mouth care, which is called oil pulling. Oil pulling is an ancient oral practice that involves swishing oil in your mouth for about 15 to 20 minutes. You can use unprocessed sesame oil or coconut oil to do so. I personally prefer the coconut oil. This practice has several health benefits. It detoxifies our teeth, our gums, our tongue, our throat. It can also whiten our teeth and clear the bad breath. There are just so many benefits to oil pulling. I could do a whole episode just on oil pulling. Maybe I'll do that. Let me know if you're interested. So, you do this practice in the morning before you have anything to drink. And the reason why you do that is because you want to pull out the toxin before you intake anything. So, you just like put a teaspoon or a tablespoon of oil in your mouth, whatever makes you feel more comfortable, and then you just swish it for 20 to 15 minutes. It's very important to not swallow the oil. It's like I just cannot stress this enough because all the toxins are gonna go into the oil, and if you're swallowing it, you're just gonna swallow all the toxins, which will be very bad, and like it's just not good. When you're done with the oil, you simply spit it in the compost bin or right in the trash, and then after that, you can brush your teeth as usual. You can use a little tongue scraper as well to make sure everything is out. And then you can just go on with your day with whatever practices you like to do in the morning. Of course, you can do all of those self care routine all year long, but our bodies just kind of needs it more in the wintertime. All right, so tip number 3, herbal support. All right, so in Ayurveda, we really like to use herbs as a support for our body. So in the wintertime, in the beginning of winter, you want to pacify the Vata dosha. So I'm going to give you a little list here of herb that you can drink. And I also made a little cheat sheet for you to download if you want it. I listed in the description down below. So if you want it, you can just go ahead and grab it. But I'm gonna give you the list orally right now, verbally. So here it is, the little list of herb that you can take to pacify Vata in the winter season. So ginger will stimulate your digestion. Cinnamon will boost your blood circulation. Licorice will support your respiratory system. Fennel will reduce bloating, often caused by the Vata, the windy element. Cardamom will enhance your digestion. Ashwagandha will help you reduce stress and support overall being. Chamomile will soothe your nervous system, very important. Tulsi, also called holy basil, will help you combat the stress. And dandelion will support your digestion. So when the winter is decreasing, you want to pacify kapha. So ginger again will help promote the circulation. Cayenne pepper will stimulate your digestion and your metabolism. Turmeric will support your liver functions. Cinnamon will help keep your system warm and it will help you detoxify. Fenugreek will boost your digestive fire. Licorice, again, will reduce your respiratory congestion. Tulsi, holy basil, again, will reduce the excess mucus production. Nettle will reduce excess fluid retention and congestion. The dandelion root again will support the elimination and excess fluid and promote detoxification. And peppermint will boost your digestive fire as well. So again, if you want to have this list that you can print, go down in the description down below to download it. Tip number 4, stay active. All right, so often in the wintertime, we will tend to be less active for some reason. It's like maybe we feel like a little sluggish, so we tend to be more lazy and we want to stay inside. But as a matter of fact, winter is a great time to do more active and warming exercises. So if you're into yoga, you can try hot yoga, vinyasa, or power yoga. And if you're up for the challenge, you can try Ashtanga yoga. You can also emphasize back bends and laterals. They will help you keep your spirit alive and awaken. Well, yoga is, of course, not the only way to stay active. It is only a suggestion. So if you're into sports, dance, or you like to go to the gym, it's all perfect as well. Like, just listen to your body, listen to how it wants to move. And just keep in mind that moving is very important in that season. The important thing is to find what suits you the best to help you stay motivated in being active. It's a great moment as well to go outside, take a walk. There's not as much sunlight in the winter, so as much as you can go outside and take in that little sunshine on your skin, like it does wonders. So yeah, I suggest you go outside, take a walk, just dress up and brave the cold, it's gonna be fine. All right, so the fifth and last tip is to go early to bed. All right, so in Ayurveda, especially in the wintertime, we always suggest to go to bed between 9 and 10 p.m. As you know, getting enough rest is crucial for our bodies, especially in this season. A good night's sleep is the number one remedy to increase your immune system, which can be challenged during the wintertime. So if it is too early for you, as it is for me, like I can never go to bed that early, but I suggest at least stop staring at your phone, looking at on your computer, watching your favorite shows around that time. And yeah, just instead you can take a moment to read, meditate, do some calming self-care, write in your journal. You can also do some gentle movement, something to just like calm yourself before you go to bed. I know that with all the tech that we use every day, It can be easy to just forget, but our not so distant ancestor were sleeping very, very long nights in the cold season because they didn't have any electricity. So I'm not saying that we have to go back to that, of course not. But it is helpful to have great nights of sleep in the winter. So just put that in your consciousness tonight and observe your night routine to see if it's truly aligned with you and with that season. And if it is, amazing. If it's not, no pressure. The first step is always observation. And then you can try to change one simple aspect of your routine. It's just one little step at a time. If you enjoyed this episode, as I said, I created a printable PDF with all the winter herbs that you can use. You simply have to go to marigolera.com and click on the freebie, or you can also go in the description down below, and I actually linked the document in there as well. Remember that in winter, we can align with nature's rhythm, sleep a little longer, eat warm, and cherish the stillness within. I'm sending you so much love, and I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate that you're here with me. Please be sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share this episode with people you think might benefit from it. If you need support with your lifestyle and well being, feel free to reach out to me. It will be my pleasure to help you with an Ayurvedic consultation. You can go to my website, marigolera.com, to book a session with me. Remember, in the wisdom of Ayurveda, self-care is not a luxury, but a sacred responsibility and a journey of nurturing oneself to foster holistic well-being. I wish you an amazing rest of your day. Much love to you, and I'll see you in the next episode.